Okay, this is another episode of free camping on BLM lands. I'm heading to Flagstaff. I came up from Yuma, and I got a blowout on my RV, my travel trailer tire. Luckily, I got a double axle. I recommend double axles. They start doing double axles on your travel trailers when you get over 20 feet. Mine's a 22 footer. So I recommend the double axles because if you only have a single axle and you get a blowout doing 60, 65 miles an hour, you could be in serious trouble. Okay, and I was 25 miles out in the middle of the Sonoran Desert heading towards Quartzsite from Yuma. And luckily I had a spare, always have a spare. And instead of coming through here, I'm at Craggy Wash in Lake Havasu City. Okay. It's May 12th, 2021. I stayed over in Quartzsite an extra day instead of driving up here yesterday because I had to get another spare tire, obviously. You don't want to be going through these remote areas without a good spare tire, plain and simple. I paid $100 for it, mounted it to the back of my travel trailer. Okay, that was May 12th. It was 105 degrees in the shade today. Everyone is out. I mean, everyone's cleared out. I'm not like one of the last people in this part of Arizona. But anyway, that's where my spare was. So it was a real project. Even I'm out in the sun. Day before yesterday, it was 125 in the sun. And I had to get to that spare tire. And I had to remove this cargo, thing, and my bicycle and everything to get to the spare. So it took me over an hour to change the tire. So, and I checked all my wheels. I found, before I took this long trip, like I say, I'm going to Flagstaff, I felt some play in this tire. So I jacked it up before this trip, took it off, took the tire off, checked the wheel bearings, and the castle nut was loose. So I pulled out the bearing. It was kind of grinding. I re-greased it, tightened up the castle bearing, or castle nut I should say, and now it's nice and tight again. So you really want to be checking your lug nuts, everything, if you're doing a long trip. Okay. The other thing I noticed here, which was really bad when pulling in, there was only 4 or 5 people here, and their campsites were all trashed out. The people that are here now, they apparently have jobs in Lake Havasu City, and they're not campers. You know, it's obvious. The whole front of their campsites are trashed with all kinds of garbage, and I found that people were leaving a lot of garbage. Okay. And the sign coming in here to Craggy Wash, the BLM put up and said, bring it in, take it out, and below that it says, if you don't do that, the sign basically said, we'll close the area down. So here's another area where you got irresponsible, quote, campers. They're not campers. They're poor people or whatever, and then they have no place to go, but they don't understand the camping rules about, cleaning up your campsite. Now, this is all the debris just on this campsite, all the garbage left, all this crap here. So I'm making a fire right now. I'm going to burn all this junk. They left pizza boxes, wine coolers, and phone books. Just a bunch of garbage all left. I mean, that's how the whole place was off and on coming up here. I'm about a mile up from 95, here in Craggy Wash. And the BLM's going to come out here and they're going to see all this garbage, people leaving chairs, charcoal grills, even gas grills I saw that were just discarded and left. on their campsites. People, these kind of places, they're free. They're not going to be even open anymore if you don't clean up your act. Basically, clean up your act. Take your garbage to the garbage dump. There's garbage dumps in most towns. They'll take it. It's free. Don't leave your garbage out here. These are nice places where people can stop for the night. I'm leaving again. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. But you know, next year when I come through here, or the end of this year, when I start heading south from Flagstaff, it won't surprise me if the BLM just shuts the door on this place. So be responsible. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a jerk and leave your garbage for everyone else to clean up after you. You can go to any town park. In any town, there's garbage bins. You know, that's totally legal for you to put garbage in any of those garbage bins, any town park. Or you can go call up the town and say, where's the city dump? Bring your garbage to the dump. Don't leave it here. You're not going to have a place to camp if you keep doing this. And it's pissing me off. I couldn't believe how much garbage was in this place. I came through here in October of this year, or last year I should say, heading south to Yuma. There was no garbage anywhere. They were all your steady retirees, mostly campers. They clean up their campsites. They don't leave garbage. There was no garbage in this place. Now that's the off season, you got a bunch of, I'm going to call them bums, total bums in this place. 5 or 6 people out here. They're all locals, and they're just throwing their garbage everywhere. So that's why I made this video. That's why I made this campfire, and I got to burn all this crap here that they left. This isn't the worst site either. I mean, there was sites coming up here that are unbelievable. So anyway, sorry I don't in a better mood. Anyway, we just gotta, you know, we literally should just talk to these people, you know. And the whole thing is, like, if you look at my campsite, I make sure all my, you know, I have a certain amount of stuff because I'm doing this full time. I have to leave outside the trailer. Normally I cover this all up with a tarp, and I put it on the side of the trailer that's not visible to the road traffic. But since I just got here a few hours ago, I didn't put a tarp over all this to make it neater. But here's where the road is, and anyone driving by, including a ranger or whatever, will see, you know, I have a nice tidy campsite. There's the main road going down to Route 95 at Lake Havasu City. If you're down at the road, that's all you're going to see. But the people I've been seeing camping, just like all kinds of, I mean, true garbage. Not stuff they're even using, just total garbage that looks like they're just going to leave it there instead of taking it to the dump. And it's a shame, because 99% of us people, you know, full-time campers, are making the place cleaner, usually picking up garbage, burning it if we have to, or taking it to a dumpster or whatever. But unfortunately, on the off season, you get people that they buy a cheap rundown trailer, they've never camped before, and they just don't know the rules, and they don't realize that these places can be put off limits by their irresponsible behavior. So that's why I decided to do this video. So anyway, I don't know what we can do unless we get a bunch of campers together and go over to, you know, one of their campsites and say, hey, look, you gotta smarten up here. You know, you gotta clean up this stuff, and if they give you a problem, you call the ranger station and you tell them, look, we had 5 different campers out here. We talked to the guy nicely, and he still isn't, he's being an irresponsible drunk or whatever he is, you know, a jerk. and just have the ranger come over and kick them out. And, you know, speak to the ranger and say, hey, look, you know, 99% of us campers are responsible, and we keep our campsites clean. And most of us pick up any garbage we see. I know I always do. My campsite's always cleaner than when I arrived. If it's picking up bullet shells or whatever it might be. But this site, I mean, is pretty bad. And I saw many discarded items coming up here. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here. I'm heading to Flagstaff in the morning. It's just way too hot here. I think this is the second hottest place. Like Lake Havasu City, I think, is almost as hot as Death Valley. So anyway, it's Eagle Eric signing off.